Hello everyone and welcome into today's video where we are checking out Cardano after a couple of interesting announcements on the Cardano summit. So we will check out those most important news, and just after that we will also check out the price chart where there has been some interesting developments in the past couple of weeks. So without further ado, a like on the video is very much appreciated, so thank you for doing so and let's go. So as I mentioned, there has been this Cardano Summit 2021 and they themselves sum this up pretty well. So they say that the governance is the next big thing basically as a conclusion from this summit. And in case you missed this 2021 summit, you can check out this summary article which is linked in the video description. We won't go through all of this because it's very long, so we will just check out the most important bits right now. And the first thing I want to check out in more detail is Hydra, which is Cardano's solution for a layer 2 scalability, and this has pretty much been able to proceed thanks to this Alonso upgrade, Alonso hard fork, which happened earlier in September. And here is just a short overview if you are not familiar with layer 2 solutions and why is it cool and why is it useful and important to have a layer 2 solution. But just to give you a few points, it is good for maximizing throughput, minimizing latency, also pushing transaction fees to very low or almost no costs, and also, which is very important, greatly reducing storage requirements because you have to store all those data on the blockchain. It keeps accumulating over and over, so this helps to reduce that. And now into the Hydra solution itself. So as a many layer 2 solutions, Hydra will be processing transactions off the chain for a set of users, while at the same time using the main chain ledger as the secure settlement layer. So that's where all the consensus is processed on the main ledger. And those off-chain transactions means that, for example, Hydra could allow transaction fees and minimum UTXO value to be configured as low as 1 or 2 Lovelaces, which is very critical to microtransactions and other use cases. The main point about Hydra is though that it introduces the concept of isomorphic state channels. So basically it means that it reuses the same ledger representation, which makes off-chain ledger siblings, which they call heads because they reference to the Greek mythologic creature, etc. So that's pretty cool. They are keeping these fancy naming schemes, which actually makes sense. However, the use case is that they can use native assets like non-fungible tokens and Bluetooth scripting inside each of the Hydra's head. So it's more like a natural extension of the system rather than a bolted one like with many of those other layer 2 solutions. Another cool thing is that a Hydra head can be created without initial funds on a receiving party side, which is pretty cool. However, now they are still developing a proof of concept, so it is not here just yet. They will be still working on this, so that's the idea for the short term. And for the medium term, they say about 6 to 12 months. We could maybe see some results, but they will depend greatly on their research and experimentation and also the feedback from the developer community. So we will just have to wait a little bit more. It is to be expected. They have just made this huge hard fork, which is the Alonso fork, so they have been pretty busy lately. But with this hard fork, we should see some more future upgrades for Cardano, which are very interesting and wouldn't be able before the hard fork. And then related to the Hydra, they are also bringing certified dApps to Cardano. So if you know what dApps means, it's basically decentralized applications which run on the blockchain, and they are aiming to make something like a dAppStore. So if you imagine like iOS App Store where you can search applications or they are recommended to you, they are aiming to build something similar but on the blockchain, because at the moment there is no formal discovery process for any dApps. So it mostly happens through word of mouth means or social media marketing, which is not great if you have a great product and you depend just on this organic growth. It can take a lot of time before the majority of people get to know about you. And also for the end users, there is no consolidated view of all all dApps available in each ecosystem. So that's another point at which they want to address. But apart from this discoverability of dApps, they also want to add certification program, which would give users assurance about the behavior of any apps that they use. And for the certification, they will do several tiers. So at the simplest level, there will be automated logic checks, which will enable to detect some types of malicious code, etc. But beyond that, there will also be manual smart contract auditing, which will help verify any dApp's integrity. And ultimately, there will be a full format verification, which will test the mathematical model. And as they announced at the Summit 2021, they will partner up with some leading names in this space to help achieve big improvements in the certification. One thing which helps a lot as well is that the Cardano itself is a very secure foundation, so that will make that a little bit easier for them. And it's pretty much it from these fundamental news I wanted to check out. So now let's jump into the price charts. And as we could see at the intro, we've had some new developments in the price charts which we will check out just now. So we can see that the price these days is about $2.1 for one token. However, we can see that since the last video, which was around those places, we've actually dropped below this support over here, which is quite unfortunate. However, we were at pretty much the all-time highs. If we zoom out, we are still very close to those all-time highs, so there is not very much support at those high levels just yet, so maybe not that surprising. However, we are still above this support over here, which seems to be a bit stronger. We've had a couple of tags over here before in 2021 when it acted as a resistance, and also here we had this really nice backtest of this level before heading to all-time highs, and now it's acting as a support as well. So this seems to be a stronger support than this upper one before. However, it is possible now that we will also drop even this support and go towards this lower support over here. That wouldn't be still that surprising given we've been pretty much going sideways in between those lines pretty much since beginning of 2021 over here. So these are much stronger support lines over here and could give Cardano some more breathing room before making any moves upwards. So before starting any positions, I would actually wait a little bit, either to cross above this resistance and see a bit of a backtest, as we could see here in the middle of August, for example, with this resistance line, or I would either wait if we made a bit of a correction again near to those levels. That would be a very nice discount on Cardano for about $1.5, and I think that here will be much more support than at even those levels. However, we can also check out the Cardano to Bitcoin ratio, which is right over here. In the past video, we were just here before the drop in this ratio. So actually this ratio has been going downwards in the past couple of weeks, and it's mainly caused by the Bitcoin dominance in the past couple of weeks. Bitcoin is going very strong at the moment. It's pretty much at its all-time highs. It's getting back to the 60k mark and beyond. So Cardano is having a much harder time keeping up with it. Also, if we check out the altcoin season index, we can see that it is not an altcoin season. We've, from the September reading over here of about 70%, we've dropped pretty much to 40% now. So the Bitcoin is starting to have a upper hand. However, I think we are now getting to some reasonable levels over here for some support. One support level is this horizontal line, which has previously acted as a support over here, but also as a resistance briefly. So this could provide some support for this ratio, and we are also still above this downtrending support, which is going pretty much since the end of August 2021 here. So we are still above this one, and there could be some reversal point here. The lowest point I could see this ratio go is this support line over here, close to this previous top in March 2021. So maybe we will see some similar moves as, for example, here in August 2021. But if we go any lower, we will probably drop down all the way to those levels from the beginning of 2021 here, and that would put a lot of pressure on the Cardano price in US dollars, in my opinion. And that's it from today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. If so, make sure to smash the like button to help this channel out in the YouTube algorithm, and you can also subscribe for more future crypto content to come on this channel. And with this, I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers!